Hello YouTubies, this is King Scribe and thank you for watching this amazing, most bodacious and incredible YouTube video. Now I want to talk about the Daleks again because I think this is a very important topic with Doctor Who, because they're such a classical enemy of the Doctor, they're the arch nemesis for Doctor Who. I think they need to be treated seriously, and the last episode did a reasonably good job of it actually. It was a decent episode. But I still find it difficult to believe that, judging from what the Doctor actually is, a Time Lord who can absolutely massacre, all these Daleks pretty easily, that these Daleks would be able to destroy Gallifrey. Full of Time Lords like Rassilon and all that, who are just as bright, if not some of them are more intelligent than the Doctor. So, how can these Daleks do that? And the truth of the matter is they couldn't. If it was a real life situation, they could not defeat Gallifrey the way they are. What they need to do with the Daleks is to make them more sinister like, and they do that with the storytelling, because at the moment, having defeat after defeat after defeat, very easily by the Doctor, may I add, is lessening their appeal for the audience. What Moffat and his friends need to do, except for drinking, at a buffet or whatever, and deciding what to write about the Daleks, is, I think, a really good idea now, is to give them a break in a way. Alright, now let me explain this. They have to use the Daleks every single year, fine. Okay, we'll use the Daleks every single year, but we'll go do it differently this time. This is an example. Let's make it so the Doctor cannot defeat these Daleks every single time he meets them. They might have a short battle, but it's like a battle to a draw, or it's a slight loss for the Doctor. In fact, having a slight loss for the Doctor would build the suspense up. These Daleks are pretty fucking badass now. They're fucking angry and everything. Oh, the time lock is going to be unlocking, etc. You want to unlock their potential, so to speak. So we're talking about the Time War. Unlock their potential. The potential for the fact that they can defeat Gallifrey, right, which is full of billions of Doctor-type beings. It's not just one. It's billions of them, and if one Doctor can do this, you want to make sure that all those Daleks are totally fucking badass now. And the way you do that is you make sure they don't get defeated so easily. In fact, you can spend the next 3 or 4 years, if necessary, if it's come to a crunch where the Daleks cannot be taken seriously, in which you have a build-up of suspense. So the Daleks do come in to each year episode, and they do something, but they have small victories against the Doctor. I think this would actually make a bigger deal for them, because let's say if they have one little big fight in one episode in a few years' time, make it so the Doctor thinks he's had a victory, but the Daleks have the last laugh. They blow up a planet. Now, Steven Moffat did do this, and I think it was in the wrong way, because he wanted, the Doctor wanted that planet to be destroyed anyway. You want that the planet to be populated with beings, and the Daleks just destroy it in front of him to make an example, and maybe even force a regeneration of the Doctor. Now that's been done, but it wasn't done properly. It wasn't really a regeneration now, was it? It was a loss of regeneration, but it wasn't a change of face. So I think this is what they need to do. They need to build up suspense. They need a big story at some point, just to make sure to say, look how badass the Daleks are, the first beings ever to defeat the Doctor. Now they have defeated the Doctor in the past, in a way, if you think about it, because they caused Gallifrey to be lost in time and space. They caused a time lock, etc., because of their activity. But you cannot believe at the moment that they're able to do anything like that. That any Dalek is capable of anything like that, because the way things have been going down. They've all been turned into a joke. In fact, they may as well be toilet cleaners. Just go and clean the toilet. That's what the Doctor should say to them, because I don't think anybody actually takes Daleks seriously anymore. I don't. You look at the first episodes, or it was the first episode of Russell T Davies' era, with the Dalek, right? Now, do you believe that Dalek is capable of destroying Gallifrey, being one if it was billions? You're damn fucking right it could. Now, do you believe any of Steven Moffat's are able to do that? No. That's the thing, because it's lost the appeal, and it's lost the appeal since Steven Moffat took over. Right? It's not because of what Russell T Davies did, it's since he's taken over. I know there's been defeats upon defeats with the Daleks, with the Russell T Davies era, but at least you could take them seriously. At least he would put something in it so they could be taken seriously. But now there needs to be a change in the way they're told. I would have them in every single year, because they have to, otherwise they could get charged a lot of money to bring any of them back. Have them in every single year, but just for minor scenes. Just make them do things in the background, have minor victories over the Doctor. You know, the Doctor says, what you doing? I'm going to stop you. No, you're not. We're going to do this. End of. And maybe they just, kill something of the Doctor that the Doctor's trying to protect, to get their things sorted out, and the Doctor's like, they'll fucking defeat me again. So that would actually build up more slowly. Therefore, they could always be taken seriously in the future. If they don't do anything like that, it's just going to be victory after victory after victory for the Doctor. Now, Steven Moffat did have draws in his episodes, Victory of the Daleks, which I thought was pretty good that they survived, by the way. I think that's what should have happened. You cannot have them die in every single episode. People were talking about the Power Ranger Daleks. I didn't actually think it was that bad, by the way, but I saw the joke. It is pretty funny when you call them Power Ranger Daleks. But they survived. They had a small victory against the Doctor. Victory of the Daleks. He even called it that name. That's what it should happen. But it should happen a little bit differently. They should actually do something evil, right? They should actually kill somebody or something, and get away with it in front of the Doctor. Just get away with it. This is one thing that makes the Weeping Angels quite sinister right now, because they buggered over the Doctor, didn't they? They've taken over the Doctor in the last episode. One of the last episodes they were in, what did they do? They took away Amy Pond and Roy Williams from the Doctor. Right? So now you can actually think, you can take these beings seriously, because they can cause the Doctor some serious damage. In fact, I can take the Weeping Angels more seriously than the Daleks right now, and that shouldn't happen, because the Daleks are one of the worst beings in the universe, at least in Doctor Who. Steven Moffat, change it. Don't have the Doctor defeat these Daleks all the time. Don't make it so easy on the Doctor. In fact, just have them just like a bit of crazy Daleks, the ones who are being defeated easily. The real ones, the leaders in the background, are the strong Daleks that are not so easily defeated. In fact, the Doctor doesn't even know how to do it yet. Right? That's what you need. Maybe they'll be a bit irritated by the Doctor, or just not want to confront him. But have them stronger than they have been, because if you don't do that soon, it's 50 years. It's a long time of having the Daleks in episodes. You've got to do something different with them, because people do not take these beings seriously anymore. It might take a few years to repair some of the damage that's been done to these creatures, but once you've done it, you will see it's worthwhile. Make the Daleks more, give the Daleks more suspense, right? Make them evil. Don't make them like waving hands, shaking hands with people. Exterminate. What are they supposed to do? They're supposed to exterminate things, right? How many of them have actually done any exterminating? The ones in the Sound of the Daleks, they blew up a planet, well, who did the blowing up? Was it the help from the Doctor or the Daleks? I mean, these are one of the most sophisticated beings in the universe that destroyed Gallifrey. Or at least we had the illusion that they destroyed the Gallifrey originally with Russell T Davies. But now, it's just like whatever. you know they're going to get defeated. Or you know, it's just going to be, they don't want to challenge the Doctor because they're scared or something. This is a big problem for Doctor Who, and it needs to be changed. And I have faith that the production team will do something about it in the end. Now, the last episode of the Dalek was good, but I still have a little issue with it. Those people were blowing up those Daleks with guns, right? Now, I know it's been done before in Doctor Who. I've seen it done before in Doctor Who, where they, blown it up with Jack Harkness and all that. But on Gallifrey, the Gallifreyans couldn't do anything like this. They couldn't defend themselves like the people could in the spaceship, and they're just people, less intelligent than the Time Lords, and they're fucking over. The Daleks. You gotta make them a bit more dangerous than that. At least they killed someone. No, they didn't actually kill anyone, did they? Or did they? I can't remember if in Dalek, the last Dalek episode, I think one person died because he was shot by the Dalek. But you can't really count the ones in the immune system being killed by a Dalek, because that wasn't really what the Dalek intended to do. So yeah, just make them a bit more sinister, and I think people will actually enjoy it more. So, what do you guys think? Just drop your comment down below and we can have a discussion about it. Let's have a sensible discussion for a change. Come on. See you later. Thank you. Goodbye.